Most people wake up and immediately fall into the trap, rushing, reacting, drifting without purpose. But what if the first 10 minutes of your day could rewire your entire future? This one morning decision holds the power to change your mindset, shape your identity, and dictate your success. Why? Because the way you begin is the way you become, and how? By mastering a simple, intentional ritual that prepares your mind to lead, not follow. Your future starts the moment you open your eyes. In a few moments, I will teach you how to command your mornings and completely reshape the course of your life. The morning is a mirror. If I could follow you for one morning, I could predict your future, not because I am wise, but because your morning is a mirror. It reflects your discipline, your direction, your desires. Most people rise in reaction. They wake up to alarms, to demands. They let the world knock on their door before they knock on the door of opportunity. But the winners, they rise with intention. Every great structure stands on a foundation. Your foundation is your morning. What you do before the world sees you determines how the world treats you. The first hour after you wake up is not a time. It is a statement. It says, I am in control, or I am controlled. When you step out of bed, you must step into purpose. You must reject the noise. No news, no gossip, only clarity, only focus. Only the voice inside you that says, we are not here to survive. We are here to conquer. Do not drift. Do not snooze. The moment you hesitate, you hand your power to fear. You tell the day that it owns you. But when you rise with fire, when you speak your goals aloud, when you write them down, when you take one small step forward, you take command. And that command becomes your compass. The morning doesn't give you power, it reveals it. And if you use it correctly, it multiplies it. You become unshakable, not by what you do occasionally, but by what you do first. Your thoughts are soil, your focus is water, your action is sunlight. If you give your mind these three every morning, your life will bear fruit beyond measure. So ask yourself, who do I want to become? Start becoming that person before breakfast. The decision-making of doing one hard thing first. There is a powerful shift that happens when you do one hard thing first. Something you don't want to do. Something that makes your mind resist. But once you do it, the resistance loses its grip. This is the secret weapon of all high achievers. They don't wait for motivation. They create it. And how do they create it? By taking action before they feel like it. The mind is like a muscle. It is not about the task. It is about the identity it builds. When you do something hard every morning, you remind yourself who you are. A person who does not run from pressure but rises under it. Most people hit snooze and shrink. You rise and sharpen. Most people wait. You initiate. That's the edge. That's the energy that separates a powerful life from a passive one. When the first decision of your day is victory, the rest of the day follows your example. So find your hard thing, face it, finish it, and then watch as the rest of your life begins to bow to your courage. Speak life into your future. Words create worlds, and the first words you speak each morning are not just sounds, they are seeds. They shape your state, your story, your steps. Most people wake up and speak defeat. I'm tired. I'm stressed. Another long day. And guess what they get? A life that matches their language. But you are different. You wake up and declare strength. You say, I was born for this. Today I build momentum. I create peace and power wherever I go. This is not about pretending. This is about programming. The subconscious mind doesn't care if it's true. It believes what you repeat. And when you speak life, your body follows, your habits follow, your destiny follows. Start each morning with declarations. Say who you are. Say who you are becoming. Not with doubt, but with faith. Not with fear, but with fire. Look in the mirror and speak like a leader. Speak like someone who is already one. Speak like someone who refuses to let the past dictate the future. This is not arrogance. This is agreement. With your vision, your values, your victory. So before the world speaks fear into you, you speak purpose into it. Your voice is the first voice your soul hears. Make it one worth following. The body is not just a vehicle. It is a trigger. When you move your body, you shift your state. You wake up the warrior. Have you ever noticed how slumped shoulders lead to a defeated mind? How shallow breaths lead to anxious thoughts? Your physiology writes your psychology. This is why every morning must include movement. Not just exercise, but engagement. Stand tall, breathe deep, walk fast, train, stretch, sweat. Because when the body moves, the brain aligns. Energy flows, clarity comes, and your confidence skyrockets. Don't wait for the perfect workout. Start with what you have. A quick walk outside, 10 minutes, 20, enough to shift from passive to powerful. Winners move. They do not sit in hesitation. They do not lounge in limitation. They rise, they move. They set a tone so strong that weakness does not feel welcome. There is a moment, quiet, fleeting, and powerful, that arrives just after you open your eyes. In that breath of awakening, your mind is wide open, vulnerable, impressionable. You have not yet been touched by the chaos of the world, not yet pulled by demands or distractions. It is in this sacred sliver of time that a choice must be made. Will you command your thoughts, or will you be commanded by the world? Most people don't recognize this power. They rise and instinctively reach for the newspaper, for the radio dial, for something outside themselves to define the moment. They fill their minds with the voices and crises of the world. Politics, markets, gossip from the neighborhood. The mind, still delicate and unguarded, is quickly overrun by external burdens. Worry settles in, comparison begins. The urgency of others overtakes the peace of their own purpose. And before the sun has fully risen, they've already lost the inner battle. Their thoughts are no longer their own. They've been drafted into someone else's war. Not a word has been spoken aloud, yet their silence has already surrendered the day. But there are others, the rare ones, the intentional few, who treat the morning like the launch pad of destiny. They understand that leadership, the kind that shapes lives and creates movements, does not begin with applause or recognition. It begins in silence, behind closed doors, before anyone else is watching. It begins in the bedroom, not the boardroom, in thought, not in noise. These individuals command their minds. They rise with intention, not reaction. Instead of reaching for the world, they reach within. They speak affirmations that anchor their identity. They visualize the person they are becoming, not someday, but now. They breathe deeply. They sit in stillness. They move their bodies to awaken their strength. They choose clarity over confusion, purpose over passivity. The first 10 minutes after waking are not trivial. They are everything. These minutes set the rhythm for the hours that follow. If those minutes are filled with power, direction, and vision, the rest of the day aligns with purpose. But if they are filled with distraction, doubt, or emotional noise, then the day becomes a reaction, a series of responses to other people's agendas, and that is no way to live. You do not have time to wake up weak, not in a world this loud, not in a world this fast. You must take hold of that first moment before the world does.